The Ultimate 64 Streamer App version 1.23 has been out for a while. It's a must-have application for everyone who owns an Ultimate 64 and wants to record or even stream from his Ultimate. Now, I want to go over a couple of features that are in this version. This is the latest version to date. It is a work in progress, so there are things that can be improved and will be improved. The previous video that I did went into all of the functionality and how to set it up and how to set up OBS streaming. I'll link those videos in the description. But there are a couple of features in this version that are important, especially when you want to record and stream. Now let's quickly look at the changelog. This is the one, it's May 2020, so there were some options added earlier to drag and drop D64 and PRG images directly onto the window of the Ultimate 64 Streamer app. That will either start or just mount disks. Programs can be loaded or automatically started. There is a function now to import a Vice palette file. Vice being the Commodore 64 emulator on Windows and also on other platforms. It has palette files to change the colors. The U64 Streamer app can now also import these color files. And the most important change in this version is the audio output device. Now, this is a bit of a technical thing. One of the problems that the Ultimate 64 Streamer app had was that the Ultimate produces audio and it comes in a non-standard sample rate. You can see that here. It's 47,983 hertz, which is not supported by any of the modern libraries. So what happened is that over time, when you were recording or streaming, the audio and video would get desynced. So the way around that was to add wait frames to the video to allow the audio to catch up, which would never really work perfectly. But now some new options have been added so that that problem won't happen anymore. So let's have a little look at it. The video recording button has been changed. I think that was a while ago already. It just says for video recording and streaming, you can use OBS. I'm going to refer you to my other video on how to set this up. The problem here was that the Streamer app can produce video recordings with audio, but the files are extremely large, and OBS can do this the same job, probably better. So Martijn decided to drop the actual functionality in the app. The image grab is still there, the start and the stop. Let's just have a quick look at this mount and run PRG and D64 images. There is a button to do that. It will open up a little window and you can select a PRG or a D64 file. But you can also just drag them on. So if I have the same directory here, move this one over, I can take Edge of Disgrace and I can just drag it over and drop it, and it will load and run automatically. Now, I won't let you sit through the entire thing. I'm choosing Edge of Disgrace because it asks to insert the next disk. Now I can do that by dragging the next disk on and holding control. So I'm holding control now and I'm dragging this on same way. And then the demo will start. The next important thing, if I go into the settings, this one is just statistics. You can look at the streamer stats. How many bytes have I streamed? What's the mode? It does also support NTSC mode, so that's great. If I go to the settings here, it will ask me to stop the stream to edit the settings. That is just something that it has to do, so I do that. In here, note that you can use an IP address, but also a fully qualified domain name. I haven't personally tested this yet, but This would allow us to connect to an Ultimate 64 that is reachable by a fully qualified domain name. So if you managed to get an Ultimate 64 on the internet, and you could point to it with a domain name, then you could link to it this way. Now look at this, the audio output device. There are now 3 choices: wave out, direct sound out, and wasabi out. I do not know the technical differences between either one of these, but this will solve the problem of the synchronicity. This is a very valuable option. I can now just, it's impossible to show that in the stream because it would take too long to prove that over time they don't desync anymore. But this is a wonderful option. If one doesn't work for you, you can just try another. There is the color scheme. Now this is nice because I have the import Vice VPL. If I click this, and I have a number of VPL files here that come with Vice. If I pick the community colors one and I open it and I say save settings, it will switch to those colors. It's difficult to see, so if I do this, if I take the this one is pretty different. I open that, I save the settings. Now you can see that it looks really different. This also allows us to customize the colors. We can do anything we like now. So remember, the Ultimate 64 Streaming App gets the color codes from the Ultimate 64 and it displays them, and you can do your best to make them look like the real thing, but you can do anything you like. So a game that doesn't look good in your eyes, you know, the Commodore 64 has a reputation of having everything brown. Well, you can fix that this way. You can also switch back to default colors, and you can export and import any setting that you do here. I'm going to leave you with The Edge of Disgrace loading and running. The Ultimate 64 Streamer app. It's a wonderful little app. It's free. You can get it. I will provide a link in the description. And support Martijn and his work. And if you have any issues or questions, just send them to Martijn. So thank you for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.